everyone, I'm Rossella and welcome to Cooking with Nonna. I have a very fun guest today. We have Nonna Cecilia here from Mola di Bari. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
And what are we going to make today, Nonna Cecilia?
We're going to make braciole with the sauce.
I braciole with sauce. So it's
Yeah.
for Sunday, right?
For Sunday dinner.
Yeah,
right.
so today's Sunday. We shoot on Sundays for Cooking with
That's
Nonna,
right.
by the way. And we have, Nonna Cecilia's daughter here. We got friends. We got grandchildren. So we're going to make a big meal today. And we're going to make the perfect Sunday braciole with orecchiette and ragù.
My name's Cecilia DeBellis. I was born in Mola, Italy. Mola di Bari. I came here when I was 10 years old. I have 3 girls. They all married. I have 6 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. My grandchildren means more to me than anything else. I love them dearly. They tell me what to cook sometime. Who wants an eggplant? Who wants chicken cutlets? It's all different things. Now I'm tired cooking, but I love still to cook. Because on Sunday, my grandchildren come over, my children. We're about 14 people at the table every Sunday. Everybody wants a different thing, so I'm okay doing that. But they know how to cook. It's just they don't like to cook because I'm there. You understand? So they rather come to me instead of them cooking themselves and make all the dirty things in there, the dirty kitchen. That's it. But they know how to cook. Today we're going to make orecchiette, braciole, and the sauce. And they homemade the orecchiette. They're homemade and they're very good. This is always, they ask me all the time. I have to make it every Sunday.
So, what's the first thing we're going to do here?
First thing, you get the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Put this here.
We're going to make your braciole first. You want to get your thin sliced beef
Right,
scaloppini. Right. And a braciole is just a rolled piece of meat that's toothpicked together. It's stuffed with a number of different things. Right. I want to say, Nonna Cecilia, you're from Mola di Bari, right?
Yes.
And this is a classic Molese braciole.
Braciole, yes.
And we start with, what do you have over here?
Pretzel. Parsley with garlic.
Parsley and garlic just chopped up.
Yes, we put it in here.
Okay.
Like this. We get like some cheese.
Some cheese. So this is pecorino?
Pecorino, yes.
And we cut this into little strips. You can do the grated cheese, but you like to use it in these big chunks like this.
Or you can put anything inside if you like, or like a prosciutto, anything you want.
Some people are very specific about their braciole fillings. You can do breadcrumbs. You can do a number of different things.
Right.
This is just a very basic, classic recipe. More than one?
No, one
just
is
one.
enough.
All right, just one.
Then you could put some hot pepper, a little bit though, because then it gets too hot.
Some hot pepper.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, all right.
Because then they won't be able to eat it. Then you roll it up.
Okay, so now we're going to roll.
Right.
We're going to go this way so it gets wrapped up with the cheese.
Excuse me.
Okay, and then we take some toothpicks.
Toothpicks.
And you toothpick along the seam, right?
Yeah, you put it over here. You can put another one here.
Okay, so this is going to be so awesome, and it's going to cook in our sauce. So here you have your very first little braciole. Braciole, I find, is something that a lot of people think is more difficult to make than it really is. But once you get the hang of it, everybody, and make it your own, just do it the way you feel like doing it, and get the fillings down that you want. It's actually really easy.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to do.
So we're just going to do the same thing again.
Right.
So these are our braciole all ready to be cooked in our ragù.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start our sauce now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to come right over here.
Put the oil in.
Okay, we're going to put some olive oil, some extra virgin olive oil. Just enough to cover the bottom of the pan.
Right.
But again, if you want exact measurements and the full recipe, just head to cookingwithnonna.com. I'm going to turn the heat on.
Yes, make it get warm a little bit, and then we'll throw that in.
Can't waste any oil. Just gotta put it every drop. Just leave it over.
Sorry.
Don't worry. So we're gonna get our oil hot.
When it gets hot, the oil gets hot, you throw this in.
So then this is a mixture of carrots and onions chopped. You can get it really fine in a food processor, or you can just chop it by hand. So this is Cecilia's special sofrito.
Yes. I find it's very good and very tasty.
This is the way you do it. You
Yes.
always chop the carrots and onions together.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to throw in our onions and carrots. And we're going to start mixing this with a wooden spoon. And just until it's soft, right?
Yeah, not too dark. Just to
get
them. And then we put these in.
Like 2-3 minutes. And then we're going to start browning our bracioles.
Bracioles, right.
We're going to brown some braciole today. So this is the recipe that your kids like.
Right.
This is your classic bracioles.
That's every Sunday.
Every Sunday you make bracioles.
That's
There's never a Sunday.
That we don't make
even this Sunday that
we're making it now.
That you're not having a Sunday dinner at your house.
Right. We're making it anyway.
How many people do you usually have for Sunday dinner?
About 14.
14 people?
Uh-huh.
You know 14 people?
Mm-hmm. That's my children and my grandchildren.
Where do you get the chairs?
We got chairs, and then we get some that opens and closes, and whatever.
Yeah, you know, my Nonna, we used to have things in the basement, and, you know, it's like, so somebody has to, like, sit in the bathroom.
They sit on the floor if they want to eat.
Yeah, they sit on the floor. Somebody has the lazy boy. That was fun. And you feel like, because you feel important when you have when you get stuck with the lazy boy. Yeah.
How could you eat on the lazy boy anyway?
It's very surprisingly comfortable.
Okay, you could start putting these in now.
So we're going to take our braciole and we're going to start browning the meat.
Right.
Okay. And you don't want to crowd your pan too much, so if there's not enough room all at once, you can do it in stages and then put them back in when you're ready to put the tomato sauce so they all fit. But these, I think, it's going to be tight.
They're going to start to shrink, though.
Yeah, and they're going to get smaller.
Yeah,
so.
they're going to get smaller.
Not to worry. You want to make sure they have a nice sear, like 2 minutes on each side.
Rossella, maybe you could put it a little lower. Right.
It's a little too hot. Okay. And you want to turn them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nonna's just going right in with her hands. She's like, she don't care.
No, I just get it with this. It's easy, I guess.
Yeah?
Because it's harder with the...
Okay, you're right. I have to learn how to do things the way you do them.
Well, you get your own thing, you know.
So be careful. Carefully, but...
Turn them.
If you want to cook like a Nonna cooks, you got to be a little brave. Okay. This one. So as you can see, they're browning on each side. And just be careful that the toothpicks don't, your braciole don't get undone.
Right, or else everything comes out.
Yeah, you don't want to disturb your toothpicks too much.
Okay.
So when I say be careful turning these, be really careful because I kind of burnt myself a little bit.
Come on,
you know, I don't have it's all right. It's going to be fine. I don't have the experience that Nonna Cecilia has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have good experience. You know how to do it good.
I mean, there are some things I don't do. There are just some things I don't do. I don't drive.
That's not good.
What, do you drive?
Yes, I do.
You drive?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
When did you learn how to drive?
I got my license when I was 62 years old.
Miracles happen. So
That's
there's still hope for me.
That's what I mean. If I could drive, anybody could do it.
So when I'm 62, I'll get my license too.
No. Don't
Do you want to teach me how to drive?
Me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? we both go crashing someplace.
Oh, okay.
You gotta have a guide that teaches you.
So you're a good driver.
Oh yeah, thank God.
Yeah, because see, it's never too late. Women have no expiration date.
Right.
That's what I like to say. Power to the people. High five. Very nice. Okay, so I think we've browned our braciole well.
You could put the wine in.
So now we're just gonna add some red wine, and it could be any red wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody can get the different.
So whenever you're adding alcohol, I like to add it on a higher heat and then reduce the flame for the alcohol to reduce out. So I just added it and it's bubbling, and now I'm gonna just lower the heat a little tiny bit.
Just as soon as it evaporates a little bit, you can put the sauce in.
So how long have you been making Sunday dinners for?
How long? Let's see. We're moved to Staten Island about 12 years ago, 12, 13 years ago, and that's it since then.
Since then? Okay.
Even before, when I was in Brooklyn. But now I do it more because they all around.
But you've been making braciole and ragù for how many years?
Many years.
So this is not your first time? No.
Many years.
So you're an expert in ragù. You got to say, that many years of making ragù, I would say you're an expert in it.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, so I trust what you're doing.
It comes good. My children love it, so it must be good.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to add our tomatoes.
Yes.
Okay. And these are tomatoes that you crushed up in a blender.
Right.
So these are canned crushed tomatoes,
tomatoes.
that she pureed. You can also buy the passata. You can buy the puree already.
Already made.
But people, like I always say, every Nonna is very particular about the tomatoes that they use. If you are a can crush person, you are a can crush person, and you will puree those. You won't buy the puree. If you are a plum peeled, you are gonna puree those to get a puree. You're just never gonna buy a puree if you actually need a puree. Why would you do that? And we're gonna add these to our braciole. And the base for your sauce is ready. So you see, this really wasn't too complicated. A lot of people are just nervous about making sauce. How long do I cook it for? Acidity. What kind of wine do you use? What kind of tomatoes do I have to use? Like, people get so scared.
No, that's nothing. You use whatever you want to use.
Yeah, you use whatever you want to use. Make it your own. I'm sure, this sauce is special because it's yours.
Right.
It's your recipe.
Right.
And you don't have to be afraid. You gotta ti devi buttare. You gotta.
Right. You gotta try. You gotta make it.
Sometimes you just gotta jump in.
That's it.
Yeah.
Take a chance.
I'm gonna add some salt.
Salt.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little more, or are we good?
No, it's okay.
It's okay. So this is gonna cook for how long? The big question. How long is this gonna cook? How long is
About an hour, because it's the braciole that's gotta cook. When the braciole are ready, that's it.
So about an hour should do it. I get a lot of questions about how long sauces need to cook, and here's the way it goes scientifically. I'm just gonna throw it out there that canned tomatoes are indeed already cooked. So the only thing that you're doing when you're cooking it for a long amount of time is you're evaporating the water, causing the sauce to condense and thicken. And that's all we really want to do here. We don't want to overcook it for 3 or 4 hours. You want to taste that tomato flavor. You don't want to just have tomato paste. So an hour is more than enough.
Yes.
Our braciole are going to be cooked beautifully, inside and out, thoroughly, and we're going to have the most amazing Sunday dinner. We're just going to add a bay leaf, or 2 or 3.
Yeah, I have it.
It's fresh. Are these from Italy? Did you bring these from Italy? No?
No, they're not imported.
My grandmother smuggles bay leaves into the country from Italy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but whatever. Is that it? And we're going to leave the flame like this, right?
Yeah. You
Okay.
can put this in here if you want.
Okay, and we're going to cover it.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we are going to make our fresh pasta to go with our braciole. I bet you guys did not think we were going to make fresh pasta today. We were already making the sauce. When you're from a Molese family, your Sunday sauce would almost always be paired with Orecchiette pasta, which is the traditional pasta of Mola di Bari. And we have some already made here. These are fresh, but we're going to show you how to make them in case you were wondering. So we have some dough here, and this is just semolina and water. It's a very basic pasta dough. And if you want to help yourself out, instead of using regular semolina, use rimacinata, which is a semolina that has been ground a second time. And that's actually the flour that they use to make bread, semolina bread. So if you can't find rimacinata at a supermarket, you can only find semolina, I would go to an Italian bakery and ask them for some semolina flour, and usually no problem, they will sell it to you. Rimacinata is really easy to work with, so I like using it. And you're just going to take some dough, and you're going to stretch it into a rope. So this looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to take our trusty Nonna knife. So here's my basic technique for making orecchiette. I will cut a little piece of dough like this, and you put it on your board, and I'm going to point my blade away from myself. I'm going to take my two fingers, my index finger and my middle finger, and I'm going to apply pressure and pull the knife towards me. And then I try and keep my piece of pasta on the knife, and I will flip it over my thumb so that the textured side is now on the outside. Okay, so we have enough of our orecchiette already done, and I'm going to add these to the ones that we already made. And the great thing about fresh pasta is that you can dry it overnight for about 8 hours or just overnight, and just make sure when you're drying them that they're not touching each other, because then they won't dry. Or you don't have to dry them. You can just put them right into the water, and they don't take very long to cook at all.
To cook, right.
Yeah, you can drop them in for about 2 to 4 minutes, I'd say, and they'll be ready to use. And okay, so we're just going to check on our sauce. You think it's done?
I think so.
Okay, so as you can see, this reduced quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's thickened, and there's no acid. It's not acidic?
No.
Because I know you were worried about that. But if it is acidic, what do you like to do? You put a little bit of sugar?
I put sugar in it to take that acid
Okay.
out. Everybody's different. Who puts sugar, who puts celery. Some people put celery in there.
Everybody has their own preference on the acid factor. It's a big debate in the sauce world, which, you know, is a thing, the sauce world, that people have debates about sauce. People are very particular about the way that they make their sauce. So some people put sugar, some people don't put sugar, some people, as you said, put celery.
Right, they put celery in it.
To add sweetness. Mm-hmm. We didn't put anything in this. I guess we got lucky. We got a good batch.
Right.
What do you think?
I think so, too.
Yeah. So our sauce looks pretty close to perfect, so I'm very comfortable just putting the pasta in the water right now. So we're going to add our orecchiette to our salted boiling water. And, ooh.
Watch, it's hot.
It's hot. It is hot. So we have our pasta in the water. I'm just going to give that a quick stir. And we're going to wait until our pasta is cooked, about 2 to 4 minutes. And when we come back, we're going to be able to toss our pasta with our sauce finally. Okay, so Nonna, we're almost ready to eat.
Right, everything is done.
Yeah,
Braciole are done.
And we got to hurry up because it's getting tardi and we're all hungry.
That's right, it's
getting late over here. So our pasta is cooked. We only cook these for a few minutes because fresh pasta cooks very quickly. So I'm going to get our spider. And our sauce is perfect now. All we did was remove the braciole and put them on a plate, because typically you eat the pasta with the sauce first and then you serve the braciole on a separate plate, and people eat that as a main course. So this is first and second.
That's right.
Prima e secondo.
You don't have to go crazy for the second.
So I'm going to add our pasta directly into our sauce pot because I want to mix it in here. Just think it's a little bit easier. For beautiful homemade orecchiette. And I have to get all of them because otherwise we can't waste.
I know. You can't waste.
Io peccato.
It's a shame. Tu sacrifici a fall.
We sacrificed a lot to make them.
That's right. Tutti I destini mi fate male. A fall.
She said she hurt all her fingers making them. No, it's not true. Okay, and our very last one. So I'm going to give this a quick stir. Beautiful. That looks great.
It smells good, too.
Okay. So we just stirred our pasta into our sauce. And now I'm just going to spoon it into our serving plate, because this smells amazing, and I am starving.
It is. Oh, let me hold it for you.
Thank you.
Don't be too heavy.
That looks amazing.
And this is a
and the finishing touch.
Yes.
So we're going to grate some fresh pecorino on top. You can use parmigiano too. I just like the flavor of pecorino. Oh my God, amazing. And my favorite thing is melting cheese into pasta with sauce. I think it gives it a lot more body.
More taste, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Awesome. So now I think we're ready to taste,
Right.
finally ready to taste the fruits of our labor. You ready?
Ready?
Okay. Let's try some of this pasta. Mmm.
Delicious.
Really, really good.
Very good.
And you see our sauce only cooked for about an hour.
Right.
And it tastes perfect. I think the texture is perfect. And I love the fresh pasta with this.
Oh, the
You
fresh
don't have
pasta,
to use
yeah.
fresh pasta at all. You can totally use store-bought dry pasta, but I think the fresh pasta
The fresh
gives it.
pasta, yeah, gets more
Yeah.
it gives you another taste.
And it's made with love.
Right, right.
L'abbiamo
That's
fatto
true.
con amore.
Con amore.
Con
yeah.
amore. So we are going to take a break and enjoy our Sunday dinner. It was a pleasure to have you back again
Thank you very much.
to make this amazing orecchiette with ragù and braciole. And thank you for being my nonna.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye.